Hey, welcome everyone, and I want to give you guys a quick tip. So, as we all know, gas prices are literally roof, maybe into the atmosphere, and by the gas prices may actually reach the heights of the moon, or at least orbit. All jokes aside, gas prices are high, and that's not something that's new. However, there's something that I want you all to take a investor's perspective on. Okay, so if we know that gas prices are going to increase, here are a few things that everyone as an investor should begin to look. Number one, many consumers are going to look for a way to basically offset the gas prices. And this might happen by individuals joining things such as Costco or discount clubs where they can actually buy the gas for counts 10% off, 10 cents off, 5 cents off, and so forth. Number two, the next thing that we all should is transportation costs. As fuel prices continue to increase, eventually those increases are going to have to be passed on to the. Now, recently, Amazon had a stock split. For all who understand basic financial literacy and financial statements, stock split is a company's way of raising money from the public. It is a publicly traded company of raising money from the general public. So what does that mean in reference to Amazon? Well, that means that found a way to basically collect more cash, and they're going to use that cash for more than likely either an acquisition or operating expenses. Now, what would make operating expenses for a company such as Amazon increase? Great question. Why is that? Amazon already has pre-existing contracts or agreements, much like futures and options, basically. They are agreements with companies such as FedEx, USPS, or UPS, the United States Postal Service. And they have agreements that as long as they to produce or put together packages, that they're going to be able to send out the partials, right? If you've noticed that the United States Postal Service has an agreement with Amazon, agreements are based on price, and many of those agreements are based on price with the fluctuation variable of fuel. So as we continue to see fuel prices increase, you should also expect to see Amazon to either for that or the consumers themselves to fit the difference. What that could mean is it could be something as simple as a increase in something like Amazon Prime. It could also mean that the next time you go to FedEx something out to a client or to a family or friend, that you may have a higher price for that partial. All right. So what does it also mean? It also means that things like transportation are going to be more expensive. And that's, go figure. For a long time in the United States, fuel has been something of quote unquote elasticity. In other words, unless it gets to a daunting high rate gas or fuel, many Americans are still going to fill their tank or at least put fuel in their tank so they can commute to and from work and also to, do things like visit their family, et cetera, et cetera. Used to hit record highs as it's doing right now is that many individuals are not going to be able to sustain their typical lives or to working. Although our president wants more and more people to actually commute to work, if fuel prices continue to rise, the average American will probably need to find something that's more beneficial for a gig to be working from home. So, again, let's review these things. As an investor, people begin to look for gig opportunities like, I don't know, delivery services, possibly working from home, team, things like that. Well, on the stock market, you can look for companies like, I don't know, Fiverr, Upwork, et cetera, et cetera. You can purchase into the stocks, maybe do a few shorts, or if you're expecting things to increase price, you can go ahead and buy early. What this will also do is this will actually be a huge proponent of pushing opportunity for electrical vehicles. So if you're not already invested in some electrical vehicle opportunities, well, it's indicated that obviously the majority of the United States should have. So that's an opportunity right there in the stock market as well to find those companies. The next thing, Costco. Costco is a publicly traded company, as are others that offer these discounts. So it might be good to go ahead and join or buy some of those equities. The next thing is, if the economy continues to have this burden of gas prices, what we're going to find out next is, unfortunately, um, many people may go into a panic. They start in a recession. And you can look at the indicators that took place during the quote unquote pandemic, where many people prayed and then they had different buying activity like toilet paper, right? So you can look for those type of indicators and position yourself in the market at time. Another key tip is, as transportation costs and things like freight costs, et cetera, are going up, more and more expensive to transport livestock, more and more expensive to transport delivery services for truck drivers, right, et cetera. You're gonna find a lot more independent owners begin to exit the industry. We make way for electrical vehicles like semi trucks to take the road and have more of a demand for that as well. What you can do to position yourself there is some larger publicly traded trucking companies. You can begin to look at either their decline or incline in the market based on the stock price and based on whether or not they're going to purchase their competitors or existing contracts that are not performing well by their competitors. All right. So if you guys listen closely, I know I speak kind of quickly, but I wanted to give you guys things to look for in the future and to look with your investing.